Jake finally did it. $10,000. A number that used to feel like a mountain. Now it's sitting quietly in his account, unmoving, untouchable, kind of smug. He stares at it for a while. He refreshes the app. Still there. And for the first time in years, he feels something strange. Not excitement, not pride, just silence. Because $10,000 doesn't make you rich, it makes you calm. Before this, life was a constant scramble. Every car noise was a mini heart attack. Every email from the bank felt like bad news. Jake used to measure time between paychecks instead of weekends. But now, when his tire blows, he doesn't panic, he just pays for it. When his phone breaks, he doesn't spiral, he replaces it. For the first time, money stops controlling his emotions. That's the real shift. It's not the cash, it's the quiet. Morgan Housel once wrote, "The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up and say, I can do whatever I want today." Jake's not there yet, but for the first time, he's on the path. Funny thing about money, before you have any, it feels like air. You can't breathe without it. Once you finally have some, it starts feeling like glass. Precious, fragile, easy to lose. That's the paradox of $10,000. It buys peace, but it also introduces a new kind of anxiety, the fear of going back. Jake checks his balance every morning now. He used to scroll TikTok before bed. Now he scrolls his banking app like it's a newborn baby monitor. He's protective, terrified, proud, all at once. Because saving $10,000 isn't just about discipline, it's about identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles and start seeing yourself as someone who's capable. But here's the twist. That feeling doesn't last forever. At first, Jake thought he'd crossed a finish line, but after a few months, he realizes it's not an ending, it's a starting line. $10,000 doesn't change your life, it changes your decisions. He still budgets, but now he's strategic instead of desperate. He doesn't chase discounts, he chases direction. He starts asking bigger questions. What's next? Should I invest? Should I start a side business? Should I learn more about money instead of just stacking it? And that's when he learns the most important lesson of all. Saving money was never about the amount. It was about becoming the kind of person who can. Jake used to think rich people had a secret code. Turns out, it was just consistency. When he was broke, money made him emotional. When he hit $10,000, money became math. He doesn't stress spend anymore. He doesn't reward himself with things he'll forget about. He rewards himself with progress. He used to think freedom meant buying whatever he wanted. Now he knows freedom is not needing to buy anything to feel okay. But let's be real. The $10,000 mark also exposes something uncomfortable. Jake starts noticing how his friends treat money. Some borrow, some brag. Some still live paycheck to paycheck but post vacations on Instagram. He realizes most people don't want $10,000 in the bank. They want $10,000 in validation. And suddenly, he feels a little disconnected. Because once you taste security, chaos stops being entertaining. Then something else hits him. Saving $10,000 didn't make him happy. It made him aware. Aware of how many people around him don't have it. Aware of how fragile everything still is. Aware that security is temporary if you don't keep growing. That's when he remembers something Warren Buffett said. The best investment you can make is in yourself. So Jake decides that $10,000 isn't a trophy, it's fuel. He uses part of it to learn, to experiment, to build skills that will make his next $10,000 faster. Because the goal isn't to have money sitting still, it's to have it moving with purpose. He starts small, buys a few books, takes a free online course, starts budgeting for investments instead of impulse buys. Every step feels less like saving and more like steering. And here's what he notices. The second $10,000 comes quicker than the first. Not because he earns more, but because he thinks differently. The first $10,000 teaches you how to say no. The second teaches you what to say yes to. Of course, there's a danger here too. Comfort. Jake almost gets lazy. He thinks, I'm good now. But comfort is the quiet cousin of complacency. You start to mistake stability for success. Housel says, the hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. He's right. The moment Jake felt safe, he started wanting more. A newer car, a better apartment, a nicer everything. That's when he realized saving money doesn't fix lifestyle creep. Awareness does. So he sets rules. He can upgrade something only if it genuinely improves his life or saves him time. Everything else stays the same. Because he's not chasing pleasure anymore, he's chasing peace. Here's the weirdest part. When you finally have $10,000, you stop caring about money the same way. You start caring about time. Jake doesn't dream about millions anymore. He dreams about mornings with no alarm, projects he actually likes, time with people he loves. That's the emotional unlock nobody tells you about. The first $10,000 doesn't just protect you from emergencies, it protects you from your old mindset. Still, Jake isn't naive. He knows $10,000 won't buy a house, retire him, or solve inflation. But it bought him something more valuable: patience. When you're broke, patience feels expensive. When you're stable, patience becomes power. Now he can wait for good opportunities. He can skip the get-rich-quick traps. He can breathe. And that, more than anything, feels like wealth. Let's zoom out for a second. Here's what the first $10,000 really teaches you. 1. Money is emotional before it's logical. You can't manage what triggers you. $10,000 teaches emotional discipline. 2. Security feels better than luxury. The joy of sleeping peacefully beats the thrill of impulse buying. 3. Small progress compounds faster than you think. The first $10,000 takes years. The next happens quietly in the background, because habits don't reset. 4. Freedom isn't about quitting work. It's about choosing work that fulfills you. 5. The goal isn't to save forever. It's to use saving as a foundation for growth. That's why Buffett calls compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Because once you learn to build, your money starts to do the building for you. Jake used to chase security. Now he chases systems. He doesn't feel rich. He feels ready. He's not celebrating the $10,000 anymore. He's celebrating the person who saved it. Because $10,000 didn't make him wealthy, it made him trust himself. When you finally hit $10,000, you'll feel it too. The calm, the clarity, the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle life without panic. It won't change everything, but it'll change you. And that's the point. So if you're chasing your first $10,000, don't rush it. Let it teach you. Let it humble you. Let it build the version of you that can handle 10 times more. Because $10,000 isn't a finish line. It's your invitation to the next level. And the best part? The person who can save $10,000 can do anything.